Is Nebraska a college football playoff team in 2025? Might have to slow your roll. Let's preview and predict their 2025 schedule, starting off against Cincinnati, Akron, Houston Christian before Michigan, but absolutely can be a 3-0 team. That Cincinnati matchup is super fun because it's at Arrowhead Stadium, 28-17. Believe they get a win. We got to see that Colorado and Kansas matchup last year where Devin Neal ran for a bunch of yards. So they get that win. Akron 42-14, and then Houston Christian 51-10. A great start is exactly what you need. That's why you schedule some of those easier cupcakes. And then I have them beating Michigan 21-17. I think they make life very tough on Bryce Underwood. They're going to get pressure on him. Dylan Raiola is going to take a step more athletic than he looks. Stay away from those long scrambles, though, when it doesn't have to be there. They need the longevity. I think that the Big Ten will have a very good Tier 2. I've got Nebraska in that Tier 2 with Michigan. I've got them up there with Indiana. Like, there's going to be some depth, like USC. And then I've got Illinois almost in like a tier in between Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, Illinois, and then there's Nebraska, Michigan, and USC. The bye comes 4-0. Michigan State, though, they do wind up falling. I think there's a game here where there's going to be expectations for a win and them just not quite performing up to that level. I know this could be a shocker after beating Michigan, but they fall to 4-1. Maryland they beat 26-10. Minnesota 31-17. So a 6-1 Nebraska team, which gets moved to 7-1. They beat Northwestern on the year, and they beat USC at home 31-27. Every single Husky fan is thinking playoffs because they are 8-1 before a collapse at the end of the year. I actually have them losing at UCLA 20-31. Nico Iamaleava. They get the bye, and then it's at Penn State. It's not the whiteout, but it's going to be a crazy environment. Penn State's going to be controlling their destiny because they beat Oregon to get to the not college football playoff, yes, but to the Big Ten championship game. There is a tough task to be able to contain Katron Allen and Nick Singleton and Luke Clifford over the middle. There are people saying things like comparisons to Tyler Warren. It's like, slow your roll. Like, what? But so it must be something. They bring Devontae Ross in. They got Kyron Hudson now. Denied Dennis Sutton, Zane Duran on a defensive line. The top 10 defensive unit. Penn State is a whole lot of trouble. So after that 8-1 start, losing those next two, and then at home against Iowa, 24-21. That huge rivalry game. I understand this would be very disappointing. 8-4, though, I believe every Nebraska fan would take. Just went out on a whim a little bit here with some of these predictions here because do believe the flows. It's hard to predict the games the way the schedule will go, but do have improvement from Nebraska and competing there and being a close team. So what do you think? 8-4 from Nebraska next year. Please follow for more and let me know down below in the comments what you think of them next season.